Hi guys, for today's video I thought I would go through something I have mentioned briefly, very briefly I believe, in one of my past videos. And if I'm telling a fib and I haven't mentioned it, I do apologise. I should have mentioned it before. So aside from my 20 in 2020 challenge and my no buy for this year, I am also completing a no lippie left behind challenge, which I have been doing for quite a while. I thought to myself a couple of months ago, I have so many lipsticks that I just love. I absolutely adore lipsticks. It's one of my very few areas where I have no impulse control, and I just tend to buy them constantly. So I thought to myself, we should do a no lippie left behind challenge so I can at least start using the ones that I love, that they're my special occasion lipsticks. They're my good lipsticks, as I call them. And it's come to my attention a couple of months ago that I actually tend to have more special occasion lipsticks than I have normal lipsticks, and I do apologise for that. Kids riding their motorbike up the street. I do tend to use my everyday lipsticks more than my special occasion ones, and at the moment my special occasion ones are outnumbering the everyday ones. So I thought, they're just sitting there, they're going to waste, I'm going to have to throw them out if I don't start using them. So I started this project a couple of months ago, and a few weeks ago I sat down and I looked at a couple of the lipsticks and I thought, I don't remember how long I've had you for. So I looked up the manufacture dates online, and for two of them I have actually had them for more than 8 years. They didn't smell bad. The colour payoff was still good, but 8 years. So I did throw those two out. I do have another one, that same brand, same packaging, because that was one thing the company that I had them for had updated their packaging. It did still have the old packaging, but I have had a look and I have purchased that one a lot newer and is still within a good period. It still works fine. The other two, although they did still work very well and I absolutely loved the colours, I thought that it's a bit too long to have them. One of them I loved so much that it was actually a backup. When I'd purchased the original one, it was 10 years ago, and I thought, I love this one so much I'm going to get a backup, and that was 8 years ago. And I thought to myself, the older one was probably about 2 years ago. The older one was getting a bit old, so I did get rid of that one at that stage, and the company still makes the same colour but in the newer packaging, so I bought another backup. And when I thought about how old it was, I'm like, it's 8 years old, I already have the backup, throw it up, start using the backup. If they discontinue that colour, I'm sure that when I get down to the end of it, I'll be able to go to Sephora and find something that's fairly similar. It's not like it's an unusual colour. It's a red, it's a blue based red, it's got a little bit of sparkle in it. I don't think I'll have any issues finding anything similar. It's not the one that I'm wearing at the moment though, so I am actually wearing MAC's Ruby Woo, which is in my 20 in 2020 challenge. So before I keep rambling on, let me go into the reason for this video today. So I have worked out a couple of spreadsheets for how I'm going to use my lipsticks. Now I have grouped them into categories. So one category is, say, all my Mary Kay lipsticks. Another is all my Colourpop lipsticks. I do have one just for random lipsticks that I have just accumulated over time. Last year I did actually purchase the Sephora Favorites, what's it called? Give Me Some Nude Lip. which I do love all of these, and these will be considered my good lipsticks because I know that they are a lot more expensive than some of the others that I do have. And aside from that, when I started this original No Lippie Left Behind challenge, I did have a few others, so some that I had received from a Makeup Revolution advent calendar, which I have since gotten rid of because I realised I'm never going to wear them because the colours just don't suit me. There was a colour that honestly looked like foundation on me. There was a brown that just didn't work with my skin. There was an orange based red which does not look good on me. So those I have removed from this challenge, so there might be some gaps and some spaces where things would seem a little bit odd on the spreadsheet that I do have. And there are a few others that I have since purchased that I did need to add in here as well. And I have also put a separate section down the bottom for my lip glosses, because most of the time I do use lip gloss on top of lipstick, even though sometimes I do wear it by itself as well. So to start with, I have done up my little spreadsheet, and I have a little highlighter that I use to mark off each section when I use one. I originally had it set up as a spreadsheet, and then I got rid of that and I was writing it down in a book, but I did find that it was getting really difficult to keep track of that because it was spread over a couple of pages, and sometimes if I'd forget to, you know, colour in the little square, I'd get behind and forget what I'd done. So I have found the easiest way is to have it all on one sheet. As I mentioned, I've grouped them together, so I have all my Mary Kay ones up the top, and then my Colourpop ones, all of my random lipsticks, which I'll try and scoot a little bit closer there, my good lipsticks, which are my Sephora ones, and all of the other brands. So aside from that, there's a Becca one, there's a Bite lipstick, an ABH, a Huda Beauty, and a Tarte lip gloss in there as well. So down here I have added in all of the new ones that I have gotten, which is only over the past few weeks. So I have my two new Colourpop ones, a new Sephora lipstick, and a new Becca one, which I had received, well, not received, I had gotten that in one of the little sets that I'd bought just before Christmas. So down the bottom I do have all of my lip glosses as well. Oops, I need to make a mark there. So next to all of the items that are in my 20 in 2020 challenge, I have put a little star. So I will be keeping track of those. As you can see, I had allocated the Makeup Revolution Halo as 4 uses. I have already used that 4 times within this challenge. With the others, you can see that up the top I've used, I think it's Romantic Pink 4 times, and Appleberry 5 times. So Appleberry was actually the one that I had thrown out because it was very old, but I do still have the, where is it? Here it is. The new Appleberry lipstick, which this is my absolute die-hard favourite lipstick. Beautiful blue based red colour, it goes with absolutely everything. I can wear it to literally every occasion. Whereas, you know, things like the Ruby Woo, I'm like, I think this might be a bit much when I wear it to work or something like that. So once I have used that lipstick as many times as I have allocated it to, obviously I'm not going to use it anymore within this challenge, project, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of both for me. And I know that with the ones down here, these are all just my random lipsticks that, you know, I've just accumulated over time. You can see there are a few gaps here. So for each section I had allocated a certain number. So with my Mary Kay's I had 6 lipsticks, one of which was another one that I had gotten rid of, and that colour is, I think, no longer available. So within the Mary Kay group I had allocated number between 1 and 6. I used the website, I think it's called random.org, And within the colour pops, I've done the same thing. So however many number of lipsticks there are, I've allocated those to a number. Same with all the random ones, the good ones, all of my new good ones, and for all of my lip glosses as well. So each one was allocated a random number within that group. I was also intending to do a big Nolippieleftbehind major challenge, where I pretty much was allocated a number between 1 and however many I had, which was 42. But I worked it out and I would have been going for I think over 400 days, which I don't wear lipstick every day. On days where I'm working from home or on weekends where I don't go out anywhere, obviously I don't put anything on. So it would have taken me over 2 years to complete that. I think that a better use of my time and a better use of the lipsticks, because honestly by the end of that, you know, one lipstick would have been used 42 times, another one would have been used once. And that's not really fair. That's, you know, I would pretty much have to prioritize the lipsticks that I want to use up completely as the ones that are being left with the most uses, which I didn't want to do. So what I have done, once I have completed this challenge here, I was halfway through saying it before, all of the ones that are in my 20 in 2020 project, I have put a star beside. Once I use up, you know, that number of uses, so I think I have Ruby Woo here as 4. I have already marked off today's use on that. Once I use it off one more time, I'm going to pick up my major challenge. So for the major challenge, I figured it would just be easier to, you know, start out with a spreadsheet already like this. The yellow boxes will be the times that I'm trying to use it, which means that there are 2 rows of uses. So you can see there's some white ones at the end that they're blank. Once I reach, you know, that number of uses, so once I get to the white squares, that will be it for the major challenge. Obviously the major challenge will be coming in after the minor challenge. So for the lipsticks that are in my 20 in 2020 challenge, I will be continuing those over onto the major challenge spreadsheet once they're finished on here. All of the other lipsticks I won't be. So for any of my other lipsticks, like the Colourpop ones, all of my good ones, the Mary Kay ones, I'm not going to start using any of those again until every single other one of these has, you know, a highlighted mark next to it. So lip glosses is a little bit different because I honestly don't wear lip glosses that much. I think that I will probably use them up at the same time that I use up all of the lipsticks as well. Or say, not use them up, but you know what I mean. So with the few that are from the 20 in 2020 challenge, so you can see here that I have already used Halo 4 times. So Halo is the lip gloss I'm wearing over this at the moment. I did mention it in my intro video as well. Because I have used it 4 times, I have now started marking it off on this spreadsheet. So the way I had selected the numbers for this spreadsheet is a little bit different to how I had on the last one. I do still have them grouped together, but what I have done is at the top, so in the top section of this spreadsheet, I do have all of the lipsticks that are in my my 20 in 2020 challenge, and I do also have a couple of others that I don't particularly love, and I would love to use them up as much as I can before they go. Whether that's them being used up or them being given to someone else who would want them or discarded. Obviously I'm not just going to go giving them out to random people, but you know, family members who might like them, then yes, I'm fine with passing on a lipstick that way. Other items after that random lipstick section, which is pretty much the same random lipstick section as the little spreadsheet with all of the other sections. So my Mary Kay lipsticks, my Colourpop lipsticks, and my Good lipsticks, I allocated them a number between 1 and 10. So I did use a different section of the randomize.org website because I didn't necessarily want to be favouring others. So, you know, one lipstick only gets used once and then another gets used 10. So there are quite a few double ups. So in the Mary Kay lipsticks, you can see that there are 2 lipsticks that have the number 10, and the same as in the Colourpop. So 2 lipsticks will get 10 uses. You know, there'll be a couple that have 7, a few that have 6, 9. I think the lowest number that's on there is 5. And still, there are quite a few of those that have 5 on there, but still 5 uses for a lipstick is pretty good. And this way, at least, I'm not going to have, you know, heaps where I'm using them, you know, 15, 20 times, and a couple where I'm only using them once or twice. They'll all be getting fairly reasonable use out of them. And I feel that once I use this big spreadsheet, once all of my random lipsticks up the top are gone, and all of my lip glosses down the bottom are gone as well, I'll be pretty happy just to continue using something similar, even if I change up the numbers occasionally. But anything between 5 and 10 uses, I'm quite happy with. With the lip glosses, it is a little bit different. I did tweak the numbers a little bit because I do know that between 5 and 10 uses for some of them isn't that much. So with the others, I think I did go for my really good lip glosses. So my NARS Orgasm, my Colourpop ones, and my Tarte ones, I did go up to the number 10. With all of my Revolution lip glosses, I think I went up to 25, with the exception of Halo. So for Halo, which is the lip gloss in my 20 in 2020 challenge, this one here, this beautiful shiny pink one, because there is so much of that left, I assigned it a random number between 1 and 100, and it came out with the number 73. So if I can get 73 uses out of that, I'll be pretty happy, because I'm pretty sure that that will use it up. And given that it's in my 20 in 2020 challenge, I'm fine with that. I do want it to be used up this year anyway. I am aiming to use it up. But the part of this challenge was mainly to get more use out of everything that I do own, and not just focus on a few of them like a project pan can do, which is why I do have the, you know, this section down the bottom I would like to fill up first, but understandably, because I am trying to pan Halo, I have given that one a lot more use. So as one of the rules for my low buy challenge for last year, I did set a rule for myself that if I was going to declutter a lip product, that the number of uses it had left in this challenge, in the major No Lippie Left Behind challenge, another lip product would need to pick up those uses. So with the lipsticks up the top, you can see I have, let's just say, my Flower Beauty Hibiscus lipstick. When I bought it, I was on holidays and I thought, yes, it's fantastic. I'm absolutely going to love this. Every time I wear it, it's going to remind me of being on holidays. And when I got back home, I don't think I was thinking very realistically, because the colour doesn't exactly go with everything that I own at home, and it's more suited to being on holidays. So if for any reason that I do wish to declutter this lipstick, or any of the others on there, I'm not saying it's that one in particular, then another lipstick needs to pick up that number's uses. So let's just say that I get rid of that one and it still has 10 uses left to go, then those 10 need to go to another lipstick in here, preferably within the same section. So that might mean that Ruby Woo needs to pick up another 10, or my NYX one needs to pick up another 10. But at this moment, my main focus is on the minor project, which you can see I do still have a fair way left to go. I'm going to hold it down here because the lip glosses really shouldn't count. And it's not really fair to think about it that this section down here has only been added in the past week or two anyway. So I have gotten a fair bit of use out of these ones, and I think that that was what has encouraged me to put them in my 20 in 20 challenge, is that those ones I know are good everyday lipsticks. And you can see that there are quite a few in here and in here that they're obviously my special occasion lipsticks, because I only tend to wear them out, you know, with Christmas parties or when I go out on weekends or anything that's been happening recently at the end of last year and the start of this year. And all of my everyday makeup is tending to get a bit more use there. So with the exception of all of my special occasion lipsticks as well. So I want to start showing everything in my drawers a little bit more love. I can keep you updated on the progress of this as we go. You'll probably be getting updates on what's happening with my 20 in 2020 lipsticks anyway. But if you do see any odd colours or ones that are just don't seem like you'd wear them out in public very much, it's probably those. Or if there are any that look absolutely great and look fantastic on me, they're probably my special occasion lipsticks as well that, you know, I want to show a little bit more use to. So let me know if you guys are doing anything similar. I know I have seen quite a few on Instagram with the Nolippieleftbehind challenge or project, whatever you want to call it. People are doing them a little bit differently, you know, going and selecting between 5 and 10 out of, you know, out of a drawer or out of a container. So I do have all of mine set up in little containers like this within their own sections, and then people swapping them out, you know, as they're getting through them, or as they're getting the use out of one of them, they'll swap in another one, which I had thought about doing that, but I didn't really think it was fair, because if there is one lipstick that you're not really a fan of and you do have it in there, then you may be tending to favour all of the others, and that one is still being left behind, which is kind of against the point of this kind of project. So if you guys are doing anything similar, let me know. I'd be happy to, you know, share any information, pass it along. If you guys are happy, you know, pop anything through, send me any comments, share any videos with me, tag me in anything. I'm happy with that. You know, just let me know what you're up to, what you'd like to see more. If you have any comments, any tips, please feel free to comment below. I know I've probably kept you long enough as it is, but yeah, if there's anything pressing, please comment below, and, you know, like this video, like, comment, subscribe, whatever, the usual YouTube stuff. Not that I'm really into that, but thanks so much for watching. Bye.